BTC remains stable below $27,000. Recent market updates, Bitcoin price prediction. The present price of Bitcoin, which is always changing, is stable and under the $27,000 threshold. Let's examine the most recent market developments that are affecting Bitcoin's trajectory as investors watch the price movement with interest. Price prediction for Bitcoin. Technically, the BTC-USD pair recently crossed a tweezer top formation on the daily timescale and a 50% Fibonacci retracement at $26,610. If the resistance level at $26,610 persists, this points to a waning optimistic feeling and predicts a likely price decrease. Further solidifying the significance of the $26,610 level are the 50-day EMA and the negative trend line on the daily chart. The psychological level of $26,100 may provide support for Bitcoin on the downside, and a break below it could trigger additional selling pressure that could potentially hit levels as low as $25,550 or $24,750. On the other hand, a breakout above $26,610 might accelerate the rising trend and drive the price up into levels of $27,100 or $27,750. An additional source of uncertainty is added by Goldman Sachs' noteworthy forecast that U.S. inflation will decrease more slowly than the market anticipates. The current legal disputes between the SEC and well-known firms like Binance and Ripple are also occupying a lot of market participants' thoughts. In the midst of all of this, JP Morgan starts a debate about the US dollar's destiny in light of China's anticipated economic supremacy. Let's investigate how these elements affect the present Bitcoin market environment. According to Goldman Sachs, US inflation is anticipated to decline more slowly than market projections. According to Bloomberg, Goldman Sachs researchers under the direction of chief interest rate strategist Praveen Korapati issued a note on Friday warning that the expected rate of fall in US inflation is projected to be slower than the current market estimates. According to Goldman Sachs analysts, investors may be underestimating the rate of inflation decline because they expect that a dramatic slowdown in economic development will cause prices to fall more quickly. Additionally, they contend that market perceptions of energy prices may be more negative than what is reflected in commodity contracts. After implementing 10 straight increases, the Federal Reserve opted to halt its cycle of interest rate hikes during their most recent Federal Open Market Committee (FOMC) meeting. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics (BLS) May report, which indicated a drop in inflation from 4.9% to 4% and the smallest 12-month increase since March 2021, had an impact on the decision. Core inflation, though, is still high at 5.3%. Core inflation, though, is still high at 5.3%. Although many anticipate that the Federal Reserve would eventually decrease interest rates, Fed Chair Jerome Powell said during a news conference on Wednesday that it will be several years before rate cuts are required. This declaration pulled down on Bitcoin and strengthened the US dollar. Goldman Sachs' cautionary note regarding the slower-than-expected drop in US inflation is one more element affecting Bitcoin's performance. As the SEC fights Binance and Ripple in court, uncertainty looms. Due to the lack of noteworthy cryptocurrency events on Sunday, investors were able to lock in profits before the start of another busy trading week. However, investor apprehensions regarding the SEC versus Ripple litigation and the SEC's measures against Binance put downward pressure on Bitcoin, BTC, creating a bad vibe. The pessimistic picture was further exacerbated by rising expectations of interest rate rises and hawkish remarks from the Fed. According to the CME Fed Watch tool, the probability of a 25 basis point rate increase in July increased to 74.4% from 52.8% the previous week. Even though BTC has received some early support today, the ambiguity surrounding US regulatory issues and ongoing SEC actions continue to be short-term roadblocks for the cryptocurrency. JP Morgan examines the US dollar's future in light of China's growing economic power. According to the Center for Economics and Business Research, CEBR, China is expected to overtake the United States as the world's largest economy by 2030. The US dollar is unlikely to suddenly lose its position as the world's reserve currency, according to JP Morgan analysts, even if China exceeds the US economy. Analysts think that despite China's potential as a rival, the US's advantages in terms of economy, technology, demographics, and location make a shift unlikely. The Chinese yuan and the euro are viewed as major challenges to the dollar, and experts predict a shift to a multipolar system of reserve currencies. Due to its inverse association with Bitcoin, The recent surge of the US dollar has had an effect on the price of the cryptocurrency. The price of Bitcoin has been under pressure due to the increasing US dollar. Let's examine the market's technical side.